Dear students, welcome to Cybersecurity quiz on vulnerability assessment and penetration testing. What is the primary purpose of vulnerability assessment? Option A, exploit system weakness to identify security weakness, to test network speed, to create strong password. Vulnerabilities means weakness. So, in a digital world, we have to identify what are the weaknesses are available in the system or application or network. So, your answer will be written in the comment section. So, answer is B, to identify security weakness. So, by using of vulnerability assessment, we are identifying the security weakness on the application or network, even softwares also. Question number 2, what does a penetration testing involve? Option A, identifying vulnerabilities, exploiting vulnerabilities, fixing vulnerabilities, none of the above. So answer is B. Answer is B. Why means the penetration involves actively exploiting vulnerabilities to assess the effectiveness of existing security measures. So what are the security measures are existing in the system or application that will identifying by using penetration testing? Question number 3. Which phase of penetration testing involves gathering information about target system? Option A, reconnaissance. Option B, exploitation. Option C, analysis. Option D, reporting. In a VAPT, you have 5 phases. In that first phase is the gathering information about the target system. So, what we call on the first phase of VAPT. So, answer is Option A, reconnaissance. Reconnaissance means gathering information of intent system or application or software. In that, two methodologies are there. One is active, another one is passive. When the systems are running or currently working, that is called as a active reconnaissance. The passive means the systems are not running, but also by using of certain methods we are finding the information about the target system. By gathering information we are identifying the weaknesses where the exact penetrate can be happened by the attackers. So answer is option A. Question number 4. What is the goal of vulnerability assessment? Option A, to identify vulnerabilities. B, to exploit vulnerabilities. Option C, to fix vulnerabilities. Option D, to monitor vulnerabilities. To identifying the vulnerabilities and weakness in a system or network. System or network. So answer will be A for the question 4. Question number 5. Which tool is commonly used for network vulnerability scanning? Wireshark. Option C, Nmap. Photoshop. Microsoft is used to write documentation. Wireshark is a tool to identifying the vulnerabilities in the penetration testing. Nmap is the tool where we can scan weaknesses. Photoshop is used to do designing of photos. So the answer will be C. Answer will be C. Nmap. So Nmap full form is network mapper. Network mapper is used to scan the network activities where vulnerabilities existing. Question number 6. What does a vulnerability scan do? Option A, exploits vulnerability. Option B, identifies vulnerability. Option C, removes vulnerability. Option D, enhance vulnerabilities. In a vulnerability scanner, it will scan the weakness which is existing in the target system. Once it is identifying the vulnerabilities, and it will report the vulnerabilities. Sorry, answer will be B. Answer will be B. Identify vulnerabilities. Identifies vulnerabilities. Question number 7. What is the primary difference between vulnerability and penetration testing? Option A, vulnerability assessment is automated while penetration testing is manual. Option B, vulnerability assessment focus on exploiting vulnerabilities while penetration testing identifies vulnerabilities. Option C, there is a no difference, both terms are interchangeable. Option D, penetration testing is automated while vulnerability assessment is manual. So we have to identify the difference of vulnerabilities and penetration testing. Vulnerabilities is identifying the weaknesses. Penetration testing used to exploit the vulnerability. I have given differences of vulnerability assessment and penetration testing in the classroom. How to get the answer for this question? So here option A and D both are similar. Then the answer is AR D, because vulnerability assessment is automated, penetration testing is manual. Why means the assessment, when you are doing identifying the securities, you cannot identifying by seeing of the application. You have to use certain applications, then only you can identify the vulnerabilities. But penetration testing means it has to be done by the security analyst by manually, because after identifying the vulnerabilities, he has to exploit that vulnerability to identifying the problems or issues. To overcome that, he will generate the patch softwares. So answer will be A or D. Question number 8. Which phase of penetration testing involves identifying vulnerabilities and weakness? Which phase of penetration testing involves identifying vulnerabilities and weakness? So exploitation means you are identifying the answers after identifying the weaknesses. Reconnaissance means gathering the information. So in the reconnaissance, after gathering information, we are reporting. But in analysis, we are verifying the or identifying the both vulnerabilities and weaknesses. So answer will be B. Answer will be B. Analysis. So after identifying information from the vulnerable VAPT, you have to analyze vulnerabilities and weakness that will helping for the penetration testing. Question number 9. What is the purpose of penetration testing? To identify vulnerabilities, to exploit vulnerabilities, to fix vulnerabilities, D. To simulate real world attack. Vulnerability assessment is identifying the vulnerabilities. Penetration test used to exploit vulnerabilities. The patch management will fix the vulnerabilities, but main purpose of penetration testing is to simulate real world attacks. How the attacks will be happen and how the hackers will enter into the system or application in our network, that will identifying using penetration testing. Then answer will be D. To simulate real world attack. Attack to evaluate an organization security postures. Question number 10. Which type of penetration testing is performed without any prior knowledge of the target system? So without any knowledge, of the target system, which type of attack can be happened, or which type of penetration can be performed in the application or network? White box testing means ethical testing. So ethical tester will be present in the organization. He will protect their organization information. Gray box penetration testing means he is the attacker who attacks himself the data, and he will help to the organization how the attack happened and how to resolve the issues. Transparent box penetration testing is not existing in the penetration testing. So the answer will be black box testing. Black box, without any knowledge of the target system or application or network, the hacker will using penetration testing to enter the network or system. So answer will be A. Question number 11. What does the term zero-day vulnerability refer to? Option A, vulnerability that has been exploited by zero-day, not yet patched. Option C, a vulnerability not yet known to the vendor. Option C, vulnerability that is not yet known to the vendor or the public. Option D, a vulnerability that has zero impact. So this question already we have discussed so many times. So 0-day vulnerability means the vulnerability that is not yet known to the vendor or public. So whatever the vulnerability is existing in the security, in the software, that is unknown to the vendor or the public. So answer is C. Answer is C. Question number 12. What is the purpose of penetration testing report? Option A, to identify vulnerabilities. Option B, to exploit vulnerabilities. Option C, to provide findings, recommendations, and remediation steps. Option D, to conduct reconnaissance. Report means the details of the security issues. What are the issues are identifying by using vulnerability scanning and penetration testing that will existing in the report. And also some of the recommendations, in the recommendations means the known vulnerabilities which is existing in the system, that is also present in the report. And this report will suggest to the engineers to do some other modification. It means that remediation step, what maybe do for this vulnerability to escape this issue. Then answer will be C. Answer will be C. Question number 13. Which phase of penetration testing involves attempting to exploit vulnerabilities? Option A, analysis. Option B, exploitation. Option C, reconnaissance. Option B, reporting. Analysis means you are analyzing the vulnerabilities or weakness in the system. Exploitation means unfair or identifying the weaknesses. Reconnaissance means gathering the information. Reporting means whatever analysis are done by the penetration testing, everything will be recorded in the reporting. Then the answer will be option B. This is the phase where you can identifying actively exploited vulnerabilities to assess their impact. To assess their impact. Question number 14. What is the purpose of a vulnerability assessment report? What is the purpose of vulnerability assessment report? So remember that when we done the Sonar Cube vulnerability assessment static analyzers, there we have seen the report and why these reports are needed for the engineers, and what are the information you find out in the Sonar Cube practical. That is the answer of this question. So all are writing answer as a C. To provide finding and recommendation. A vulnerability assessment report provides detailed findings and a recommendation based on the identified vulnerabilities. So answer is C is correct. Answer C is correct. Detailed finding recommendations based on the identified vulnerabilities. That is the correct answer for this question. Question number 15. Which type of testing assess the, the overall security posture of an organization IT infrastructure? Option A, vulnerability assessment. Option B, penetration testing. Option C, risk assessment. Option D, compliance testing. So overall security issues which is existing in the IT infrastructure, that has to be identifying by using certain testing methods. That testings will assess the securities. Here vulnerability assessment, scanning the vulnerabilities. Risk assessment, after identifying the security issues we are doing the risk assessment. Compliance testing means after resolving all the issues whether these security measures are matching with the organization objectives or not, we can identify by using the compliance testing. So the penetration testing, it will assess the overall security postures by actively exploiting vulnerabilities. So the answer will be B, penetration testing. Question number 16. What is the main objective of penetration testing? So here you have to identify what is the main objective of penetration testing. So option A, to break the system. Option B, to identifying vulnerabilities and assess their exploitable impact. Option D, to create vulnerabilities. Option D, test network speed. By using penetration testing, we can break the system easily because after identifying vulnerabilities, the hacker will exploit the system and he will enter and it will then he will break the system privileges. So the hacker may create vulnerabilities after entering to the system. So you can the hacker cannot be test the network speed. So if he test the speed means if it is low, it is easy for him to identifying the weakness in the system. If it is speed, then he can identify only a certain vulnerabilities or weaknesses. But the main object of penetration testing is to identifying vulnerabilities and assess their impact. Somebody are asking about network enumeration. Definitely, we will do the quiz program on the network enumeration in next. Thank you, Akstar Gandhi. You are asking a very nice question. This is also most important on the security issues on the network. So we will come with that video tomorrow. Definitely, we will come with that network enumerations, questions, and explanation. Thank you for your comment. Question number 17. Which of the following is not a common penetration testing methodology? So already in the chapter number 1, we have studied some of the attacking methods on that white box, black box, gray box also we studied. These are the three methods which is existing in the penetration testing to identify or to enter or to support to the engineers or network. So this method mainly we are using in the penetration testing, but we are not yet used clear box testing, and also it is not existing penetration testing. So answer will be C. White box is a ethical hacking. Remember that white box is a ethical hacking. So it's a organization known who is doing the white box penetration testing or hacking method. So black box testing or black box penetration testing is unethical. So it is using by the hacker who can enter into the system or break the network system. Gray box penetration testing, it will uses in a two method, ethical and non-ethical. So clear box is not yet existing in the penetration testing methodology. Question number 18. What is the purpose of exploitation in penetration testing? Option A, to harm the system. B, to prove that vulnerability can be exploited. C, to fix vulnerability. D, to collect data. Exploitation means unfair. Remember, unfair. To harm the system, yes, it may harm the system after exploiting. So it will not fix any vulnerabilities. It will not collect any data in the penetration testing when you are using exploitation method, but it will prove that vulnerability can be exploited. Vulnerability can be exploited. So answer is B. The exploitation in penetration testing is done to demonstrate that identified vulnerabilities can be exploited by attacker. Remember that this will demonstrate that identified vulnerabilities can be exploited by the attackers, because this exploited penetration testing done by the security analyst who will demonstrate that how the attacker will exploit these vulnerabilities for their benefit purpose. Question number 19. Which of the following is a passive information gathering technique? So remember that in a reconnaissance, two methodologies are there. One is passive and another one is active reconnaissance. In that, in this question, we are asking about passive information gathering technique. So which one is helping for the passive information gathering? Passive means the system is not active, but also we are gathering the information. So it will analyze the only network issues and traffic. It will capture the information about the network traffics. So answer will be packet sniffing. So it is a passive reconnaissance method. The packet sniffing is a passive technique used to capture and analyze network traffic. Network traffic. So answer is C. Answer is C. Port scanning means the system is active, then only you can do the port scanning. Social engineering means the social engineering applications which is existing in your system, then you can scan this application to gather the information. When you are using, then only you can gather the information. Denial of service, it will conject the network operations or network traffic. Then the answer is C. Answer is C. Today, the last question. What is the purpose of vulnerability scanner? What is the purpose of vulnerability scanner? Option A, to identifying vulnerabilities. Option B, to exploit vulnerabilities. Option C, to fix vulnerabilities. Option D, to slow down network traffic. So vulnerability scanner, the example is a nmap, network mapper. By using the network mapper, we can identifying the existing vulnerabilities, also known vulnerabilities in the network or application. So the answer will be A. Answer will be A, to identifying vulnerabilities. Identifying vulnerabilities. Thank you, students. And also, one of the person asked about the network enumeration. So today evening, I'm going to make a quiz on network enumeration, and also I will explain the network enumerations, because the person is mentioned properly to know network enumeration. This is most important concept, and also it will included in the penetration testing. So this is also helping to identifying the vulnerabilities. So Hackstar Gandhi is asking about my Insta ID. VG Naveen 15 is my Insta ID. So you can join over also. Thank you, Hackstar Gandhi. You are giving very such a good information to do more videos on the security issues on digital world. We are coming with very nice questions on the network enumeration today evening. So all the students has to be listen. Everyone must be present in this online quiz in the